Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today's video is going to be a fun little reading vlog, and this is going to be a weekend reading vlog. It's going to be quite chill, quite cozy, and basically the main aim of this reading vlog is to get out of my reading slump, because I am in a little bit of a reading slump and I definitely want to change that because I have so many books that I want to read, and there's so many amazing books out in April that I definitely do not want to be in a reading slump. I want to read, but any book that I pick up I end up reading like 2 pages and then I go on my phone for like 3 hours. I just can't like focus on a book, and I don't know why, because like the books that I'm reading I'm really enjoying. Like I picked up A Tempest of Tea and I'm currently reading A Tempest of Tea and it's so good and I'm loving it so much, but because of this like reading slump I cannot read more than like a chapter at a time. So I decided that I'm gonna just put that book on pause. It's not a DNF because this book is really good, but I just need to put it on pause until I'm in the mood for it. And then last night I decided that I was randomly going to pick up a very different type of book, because I feel like none of the books that I have on my TBR are kind of calling to me right now, and I feel like I need to read something different to get my like interest back into reading. So I decided to pick up a dark romance. Now you may have seen me read Hooked in January. I did a reading vlog where I read that and I didn't enjoy it because like dark romance is not my thing. However, I have high hopes for this one because this one has come highly recommended from Miss Larry Reads herself, and I feel like I would trust Larry with my life, so I definitely trust her with my book recommendations. So you may have guessed, but the book that I've decided to start is God of Malice by Rena Kent. This is a dark college romance and it's the first book in the Legacy of Gods series, and I'm honestly kind of really excited to read this book and I feel like I'm in the mood for it. I'm gonna see if I end up liking it. I'm only on chapter 2 by the way, and I don't have much to say yet except this is definitely a dark romance, but I knew that from the author's note, because let me read you the author's note. So it says, if you haven't read my books before you might not know this, but I write darker stories that can be upsetting and disturbing. My books and main characters aren't for the faint of heart. Wonderful, promising already. Killian Carson, the main character of God of Malice, is a true psychopath. Not a make-believe nor a bad boy who's eventually tamed. He's a villain with very questionable actions, so if you can't handle morally black characters, please do not proceed. And somehow that author's note made me want to read more. So I don't know what that says, but I'm gonna read this. I'm excited. Also, I feel like reading on my Kindle is definitely gonna be easier for when you're in a reading slump, because sometimes when you're like have to physically read, it's just not the vibe. So yeah, I've made myself an iced coffee now in my Throne of Glass cup, and it says, from now until the darkness claims us. Every time I think of Man on Blackbeak I want to cry. But yeah, so I'm gonna drink my coffee, read some of my book. Today is Thursday and I actually booked the day off work today because I was supposed to be going to a theatre show in Dublin with my sisters, but we've actually not been able to go to that today, which is so annoying, but also these things happen and it's fine. So I do actually have a lot to do today. I want to like clean my house a little bit because I do have a very important guest coming to stay next week, which you will see in my next vlog, but I'm very excited for that. I potentially might try and still like do something with my sisters later or tomorrow or something, so I'm not sure, but I'll keep you updated anyways. But yeah, the goal is to read this book, and honestly if I could finish this book in this vlog, that would kind of slay. Like I would be so happy with that. But yeah, welcome to the vlog. I hope you enjoy and I'll come back to you later. This book is something else, honestly. It is very dark. I've just gotten to chapter 3. Yeah, the author's note was correct. I'm not gonna say that I don't like it though. I'm kind of intrigued so far though, and I feel like this could be the book to bring me out of my reading slump, because it's so like not like all of the other books that I read. It's kind of gripping. I know that if I had read this book in like 2021 or 2022, like it would have had me in a chokehold. Like I just know that it would, like when I was in my like Credence Katie Robert era. Now I tend to stick to more tame cozy wholesome rom-coms, but I'm kind of liking it. I kind of already get the hype, but I'm only on chapter 3. Okay, it's literally like an hour later and I have just gotten ready for the day because my dad called literally like just after I made that update and said that he was going to take me and my sisters like into town and just like go for coffee and have just like a little walk around town and the shops and stuff like that. So I should be leaving in like maybe half an hour and I'm really excited for that. But I did read another little bit of God of Malice. I've now read to page 56. I honestly don't know how I've read like nearly 60 pages already because it does not feel like I've read that much, which is exactly what I needed because I've just been in such a reading slump, as I've said, and I really needed like a fast-paced book that I could just like speed through. This is very dark, like definitely read trigger warnings, like, but I am actually really liking it and I really missed reading college romances because I used to read college romances all the time. Like I literally used to live off of them when I was like 16, 17, and now that I'm like actually college going age, starting college in like a few months time, I don't know why I've stopped reading them. I really need to get back into that because I thoroughly enjoy the college dynamic in books, and this one's even better because it's dark. And like so far what I've kind of picked up on is that we have like 2 rival colleges and everyone in this book is like extremely rich and privileged, but like they're not like from like good families, they're from like mafia families. And like basically the premise of this book is like our main character gets noticed by this psychopath Killian and like he basically just like becomes obsessed with her. She can't like get rid of him or whatever, and then naturally they're gonna like fall in love or something. I really don't know, like it's so messed up and it's not realistic at all. But like dark romance is not supposed to be realistic, guys. If this was realistic I'd be worried, but it isn't. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. But I'm kind of wondering if there's like a series that comes like before this book because we're getting a lot of like mentions of their parents and everyone in this book has mentioned their parents. So I'm kind of wondering if this is like the like follow on series from the parents books. I'm not really sure about that because I know Rena Kent has a few series and they possibly could be all interconnected. I really don't know, but I know that you can probably read them out of order. Like this is book 1 in this series anyway, so I really don't mind. I'll probably read this series and then go back and read other series if there is any. I really don't know if there is. Yeah, I'm actually really liking this book. I think I'm gonna bring my Kindle with me into town, even though I will not be reading in town and I'm not taking out a dark, twisted, messed up book when I'm out to lunch with my family, but the thought is there and I just never really leave the house without a book. So yeah, I hope to read a good bit of that today. Okay, so I've actually got like a lot of book mail to open with you and I'm very excited. We're gonna start with the Amazon package because I do know what's in here. These are 2 pre-orders that I have that I'm very excited about. There are so many amazing books out in April, like it's actually insane, and I've pre-ordered so many books this month, which is very unusual because I feel like I don't really typically tend to pre-order a lot of books, and also like there's never really like a lot of releases out together, so I'm very excited for this month and I definitely want to be in my top reading mood era. So yeah, let's start with this package. I'm so excited. Okay, so the first book is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I am so excited for this book. I love Abby Jimenez. I do still have like multiple of her books from her backlist to read, but this is her newest release and I'm so excited. Also, this book is so thick. Like I was not expecting it to be this thick, but I'm so excited. I might wait like until the weather starts warming up a little bit more to read this because I'm an avid outside reader in the summer. Like I literally love sitting in my garden, as you've seen from all my vlogs from last year and the year before, but I love sitting out in my garden and reading romance books, and especially when they're like summer themed, because it makes you feel like you're on holidays, it makes you feel like you're at the beach, and I'm very excited. I don't know what this is about, but it's Abby Jimenez, so I will read it. I'm not gonna like read the synopsis or anything, but I will read the tagline, and it says, to find their soulmate, all they need is 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That tells me absolutely nothing, but I'm so excited. Oh my god, this book just looks so good, and I just love the cover as well. So stunning. Then the second book I'm so unbelievably excited for, and it is the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. If you guys have been around my channel for a good few years now, maybe like 2 or 3 years honestly. Oh my god, is it that long? No, like 2 years. Like 2 years I think I read it. You will know that the Good Girls Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson is my favorite series. I love it so much. I would say that like my top 3 books ever are A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Binding 13, and The Nightingale. Like those are like my top 3 top tier books that if I could only like save 3 books, it would be those, and Throne of Glass obviously, but I feel like that's just kind of out on its own. But this is her newest release and I'm so excited. I still have to read 5 Survive, which I will read, but this one actually just gives me such a Good Girls Guide vibes. The covers kind of look the same, everything about it kind of looks the same. Now I know it's not going to be the same, but I feel like it's going to have that same addictiveness that a Good Girls Guide had, and genuinely I don't think I've ever read through a trilogy as quickly as I read through a Good Girls Guide, so hopefully this one will be the same and I'm so excited to read it. I just love everything Holly Jackson writes. Basically, I'm obsessed with her and I love her, and I'm so excited for the TV series for A Good Girls Guide to come out in July. Like, I will be glued to that screen, and Emma Myers is in it. Don't even get me started. I'm so excited. Okay, then next up we have the Fairy Loot box, and this is the March box. I'm so excited. I recently resubscribed to Fairy Loot because I miss them so much, and I am working now so I'm able to subscribe. I'm subscribed to the adult and YA book only combo because I feel like I just kind of wanted the books. I didn't really want the bookish items. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna try it for a few months. Once I start college in September, I will probably unsubscribe again, not because I don't love it, just because I will not have the money. So at Fairy Loot, if you want me to be a rep for you, hit me up. I love you very much. But yeah, let's open this up. I don't know what's going to be in here. Actually, I think I heard a rumor about one of the books that's in here, but we shall see. Okay, so we're gonna go with the top one first. Okay, so this is the one that I think I know what it is, and this book is A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faizal. Oh my god, look at that cover. That's insane. That's actually insane. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That is the prettiest edition of a book ever, and look at like the stunning. This is absolutely stunning. I'm actually currently reading A Tempest of Tea, as I said at the beginning of this vlog. I did put it on pause because of my reading slump, but I will be coming back to it, and this edition is just so stunning. Like, I've actually never seen anything prettier. Also, this is the YA book for March. My camera just fell, and to tell you that I literally just panicked, it's like I'm actually shaking, because if my camera broke I would sob and cry and scream, because I cannot afford a new one right now, and I have plans to vlog next week, so that did not need to happen. Thankfully she's okay. So I'm just gonna like keep a hold on her because I'm kind of worried now. But anyways, as I was saying, this is the YA book for March, and the theme was heists and hustles. I'm trying to get through these really quickly, so I'm not going to give you the synopsis, but I'll put like the synopsis on the screen so that you can pause and read, but I need to get through these really quick because I have to go. So yeah, moving on to the adult book for March. I have no idea what this book is going to be, so I'm very excited. Already kind of obsessed. Like, look at that. Oh my god, what is this? A Feather So Black by Lara Celine. I've never heard of this book, never seen this book, but oh my god, this is so pretty. Look at these end pages, look at the edges. Oh, that's so stunning. Every time I open a Fairy Loot book I'm like, this is the prettiest thing I've seen, and then I open the next one and I'm like, no, this is the prettiest thing I've seen. But I think that this might be the prettiest thing I've seen. Also, we have a reversible dust jacket underneath. I've actually never heard of this book, so I will read the synopsis of this because I'm interested, but the theme was Swan Lake. It says, discover a hidden gate to the Fae realm and join Fia, I love that name so much, a changeling turned spy in her efforts to bring back a stolen princess who is cursed to turn into a swan by day. Everything is made more complicated by an accompanying prince and a gradually growing suspicion that the truth of her mission may be different than it seemed. That sounds so slay. That sounds so exciting. I cannot wait to read that book. They look amazing. Also, literally look at the foil embossing on this. Like, that is unbelievably pretty. Like, that's insane. But yeah, I feel like I never really know or have heard of the adult fantasy books because I'm not really like as into reading adult fantasy. I do love it, don't get me wrong, and I'm trying to get more into it, but I've heard of more YA fantasy books. I'm so excited for both those books. They both look amazing, and yeah, I can't wait to read. Now let's move on to this Owl Crate box. This is not a monthly subscription box. This looks like a special edition. I don't know what's in here, but I'm lucky enough to be a rep for Owl Crate, and I do have a discount code for you. You can use my code perfect15 for 15% off of your first subscription with Owl Crate, and I would highly recommend. Like, I literally love them so much. I live and breathe Owl Crate basically, and I don't know what's in here, so thank you Owl Crate for sending this to me. Let's open it up and see what's in here together. Oh my god. Okay, so I literally just had to pause the camera to go get a scissors to open the box, and I open the box and I see this. Don't even mess with me right now, Owl Crate, because this like card with a quote on it is on top, and it says, write me a story where there is no ending kit, write to me and fill my empty spaces. And I know that that is from Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which is the sequel to Divine Rivals, which is one of my all-time favorites. So if this is a special edition of Ruthless Vows, I may cry. Like I may. Like you may see me sob on camera. So forewarning, she is so stunning. Oh my god, look at the edges. I'm actually in awe right now because I did not know that I was receiving this, which is so exciting. So thank you so much, Owlcrate. But also I have the Owlcrate edition for Divine Rivals, so now I have like the matching set. That makes me unbelievably happy because this is literally like one of my favorite duologies. Look how pretty. This is the foil embossing under the dust jacket. It says, despite our mundane lives, perhaps we can make our own magic with words. And it says the ink written Tribune journalist on the back as well, which is so exciting. And then we have art under the dust jacket of the loves of my life, Roman Kit and Iris Winnow. I love them, I live for them, I would die for them. And thank you, Owlcrate, for sending me this edition because now I have matching editions of my favourite duology. Like, that's so exciting. But yeah, that is it for this book mail. I am very happy and grateful and excited, and thank you so much for watching that little book mail unboxing. So yeah, I'm gonna go right now and go into town with my sisters and my dad and have a fun old time, and I'll come back to you later when I hopefully have read more of God of Malice. Okay, it is now Friday and I have a reading update for you because I have read a lot more of God of Malice, and let me just tell you, this book is not for the weak. Like, this book is not for the weak. It is so dark and twisted and messed up, but I really love it, which is kind of, I don't know, like I am so hooked by this book, and I feel like this series is just going to become like my new obsession, and I'm just gonna like want to read them all because I'm just so enthralled by it. I'm currently on chapter 15, which is page 147. There's 450 pages in the book, so I'm nearly halfway through. I can't believe how like addictive this book actually is. Like, I don't think you guys understand. It's so messed up, and I feel wrong even like recommending it or like saying that it's good or that I love it, because it's like, this is such a bad dynamic. But also, like, where is my Killian Carson? Because actually I don't even want to manifest that, because Killian Carson is terrifying. Like, he is such a scary man, but like he loves her, like he does, and that's just, it's cute, it's wholesome. Actually, I don't think wholesome is the word that I would use to describe it, but it's exciting. Let's use that word. So yeah, my plan for the day is to literally just read. Basically, that's it. I don't really have much else on today. I'm gonna see if I can meet up with my best friend because she's home for the weekend. I don't know when or if that's happening, but I will try because I miss my Pookie. And it's so funny because like we used to see each other like literally every day, and now obviously because she's living away for college we don't get to see each other that often. But like, it doesn't even feel like that because we literally text each other like 50 times a day. Like, we do not lose contact at all. And like, even though it's been like 3 weeks or more since I've actually seen her, I don't have a single thing to like update her on that she doesn't already know, because we just send Snapchat videos back and forth. We text on like 4 different platforms at the same time, and we just like update each other on every single aspect of our lives all day every day, and I love that for us because it makes it so much easier to live apart, you know what I mean? But I might see if I can meet up with her today or tomorrow because I'm off today and tomorrow, which is a slay. But other than that, I don't have a huge amount to do. Again, I will just keep going with some organizing and some like tidying up and things like that. But yeah, that's kind of my update. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this book today because it's long. Like, it's literally a 450 page book, but I would like to get like definitely over the halfway mark, and then I should be able to like finish the second half tomorrow. I feel like that's kind of my goal, is to finish it this weekend, because I won't really have a chance next week to read. I can say this actually because when you're watching this vlog it will have already happened, but Soph is coming over next week and she's staying with me from Thursday to Monday. But in order for me to like get that time off from work, I'm working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I will be fairly busy next week up until Soph gets here. Well, I'll be busy when Soph's here as well, but like, it'll be a different kind of busy. It'll be fun busy, and we'll be filming vlogs and stuff. So that's why I want to finish this book before Sunday, and then I may start the second one. Honestly, I feel like I am so hooked and I'm so obsessed, and I love how like this book is gonna be like one of those series where it's like every book follows like a different couple, and like they're all like people that we've had as side characters in like the 2 friendship groups and stuff. So like, we know the characters and then we'll get to see like their POV and we'll get to see them fall in love, and it's so exciting. I kind of potentially want to buy it in paperback, but also like I'm having such a good time reading it on my Kindle, so I really don't need the paperback. But like when I love a series, I'm like, okay, I need to put them on my shelf. Like I need physical evidence that I love this book, you know what I mean? Maybe in like a couple weeks, because I have too much going on this month, because Sophie's coming over next week, and then Sarah's coming up to stay with me the weekend after, and then Lucy is coming over the weekend after that, and we're going to Dublin and we're going to go to the Olivia Rodrigo concert. So there's so much coming up in the next month and I'm so excited for all of it. Like getting to see 3 of my long distance best friends in the 1 month. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed and I love these girls with my whole entire heart. All that's missing is Bisma. But yeah, that is exciting. So I think I'm gonna wait until like maybe mid-May to buy my new bookshelf, and then I will probably like stock up on a few series and like unhaul some books and stuff. So that's exciting. But anyways, I've been talking for way too long, so I'm gonna go and I'll come back to you later. Today is Saturday, it is 6 p.m. and I've read a lot more of God of Malice since I spoke to you last. I'm now 79% of the way through the book, which is page 356, so I have literally just under 100 pages left to read in this book, and I'm definitely going to finish it tonight. Like I am actually hooked. This book is so dark and so twisted, and it's such a toxic relationship, and everything in this book is so toxic, but for some reason I am literally obsessed with it. It's like a train wreck that you can't look away from, and it's really fun, it's really good, it's really fast paced. It is quite long, like that's the one thing I will say. Like there was like a point in the middle where I was kind of like, okay, this could be a little bit shorter, but I am still really liking it, and I am like at the 80% mark now, so hopefully I will just fly through this last 100 pages. I'm kind of predicting that it might be a 5-star. Well, obviously that will depend on the end and like the final 20%, but as of right now it's potentially a 5-star, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading this right now. I literally have no other plans for the evening. We have such a huge storm outside today and last night. We've literally lost power like literally the entire day. We lost power at like 7 a.m. this morning. It came back like briefly this afternoon and then went again and then came back and then went again. So I'm gonna like stay like charging my phone and stuff because I feel like the power will go again. But honestly, it kind of works out in my favor, because when I like can't use my phone because I'm like trying to save the battery, I end up reading so much. Right now I actually think I'm about to make some popcorn and then I'm going to finish my book. That is my only update for right now. I'll come back to you when I finish the book. Hi besties. Okay, quick update. It is now Sunday. The lighting is so weird because you're against my kitchen window and the sunset is currently happening, so you're just getting that like golden hour. But it is Sunday today. I've just gotten home from work a little while ago and I wanted to give you an update because I did finish God of Malice last night. I finished it at like 2 o'clock this morning actually. I'm absolutely obsessed with this book. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I feel like it was just short of the 5-star for me. Then I was watching like TikTok edits afterwards and I did really like it, and I'm like, maybe it's a 5-star, but I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. There's not really a huge amount that I can say because I don't want to spoil anything, but I would definitely recommend just 100% look up trigger warnings. And then this morning before work I did actually start God of Pain, which is book 2 in this series, so I feel like that's going to be really fun. So I'm going to just read a little bit more of that for the evening and I'll get back to you later.